1962. As the Cold War rages, 54 boys turn up for school at a Welsh castle. They come from 12 countries, including Britain's wartime enemies.
If boys and girls all over the world can be given the chance to find out for themselves that all people are as important as they are, and if they can make friendships with people who talk different languages and worship different gods, then there must be some hope.
The idea came from Air Marshal Sir Lawrence Darval and visionary educationalist Kurt Hahn.
After the Second World War, Kurt Hahn's vision was about bringing young people together to be educated alongside one another in the hope that that would help to promote international peace and understanding.
Diversity at the school grew and grew. Girls were fully admitted in 1967. Today, nearly 100 nationalities are represented. The idea behind UWC Atlantic was powerful, too powerful to ever be contained even by these impressive walls.
The idea was always that the Atlantic College, as it was known from the start, was a model that others would follow. And now UWC spans the globe, educating more than 11,000 students per year, selected from over 150 national networks in 18 schools and colleges across the globe. And all are joined together by one mission: to make education a force to unite people, nations and cultures for peace and a sustainable future.
With a new philosophy for education, a new exam was needed, the International Baccalaureate Diploma. UWC Atlantic was central to its development, thanks to the determination of former head David Sutcliffe and others at the college.
If we have a youngster who is going to be specializing as a scientist, say, such a student is required also to take a foreign language, his or her own literature, and a humanities subject. So we don't permit people to close out important areas of human experience.
The IB is now the gold standard of education, and it was through our teachers here at the college where much of the innovation came about.
This year, 174,000 students sat the IB diploma. Of course, UWC Atlantic was never just about studying.
The reason that it was truly radical was that it basically said normal, formal education needs to be complemented by two things. One, physical exercise, and secondly, having a social impact. So those exercise activities that we did all had a social rationale.
Polish garbage. Missing woman.
For years, service was dominated by the RNLI lifeboat station. The college is credited with not only saving lives, but inventing the rigid inflatable rescue boat, one of its most famous achievements. Today, the lifeboat station has closed, but service is still at the heart of college life.
One of the ways in which we are, I think, really making a difference is around allowing our students to become more innovative and creative and starting their own enterprises in some way. And so last year, 4 students, a number of them who were refugees themselves at the college, creating a language learning app for refugees, written by refugees.
UWC Atlantic has been revolutionary, but none of this would have been possible without enormous financial support.
We totally rely on the generosity of our supporters. It's what helps us to remain as diverse as we are. With that funding, it means that we can have students who otherwise wouldn't have that opportunity come from different levels of poverty and disadvantage around the world.
Today, more than half of UWC students receive financial support, and around 5% come from a refugee, displaced or persecuted background, all thanks to generous donations. The world has changed a lot in the 60 years since UWC Atlantic was born. Can the college adapt to the changing world of the 21st century?
What doesn't change is the way in which we help students learn more about themselves and understand that there is more to them than they know. And it's our job to help to bring that out in them, but not only for individual purposes, but for collective. Part of what, for me, we want to do here is help our students to be able to appreciate the power and the ability to make change they have now. And indeed, our world needs that now more than ever before, our youth to step up in ways that, as adults, we have frankly failed.
The college has its work cut out in these turbulent times. But the words of our founding head ring down the decades and are still as true as ever.
My feelings are that if these ideas won't work, what will?